The biggest pain in the ass hero in the game at this current moment, Morigesh, even though with her nerfs, is still powerful, still annoying, and still one of the most crazy heroes to verse in lane and in a game because she's so dominant, with her abilities being kind of not broken, but very easy to use compared to some other heroes that are more skillful. So yes, this video will be counters to Morigesh, the #1 way to counter Morigesh. This is going to be bloody amazing, mates. Welcome, mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord by Yinkami Lordy, and today we're back on Paragon once again, and there should be more Morigesh gameplay in the background showcasing how strong she can be. But before we get into this video, the main topic of the video, I want to say one quick thing and pretty much a public announcement on what is going on with the channel, because obviously we haven't been here and there setting up some couple of things here and there as well, like Patreon and Discord. Some of you mates recently asked about how to support the channel even more, and you guys did ask or suggest the idea of Patreon, so we did start that up. And pretty much the idea of Patreon is you donate to the channel that you love, which will help the creator keep creating videos on a daily basis, followed up by producing different videos and also getting a better graphics card. As you see right now in the gameplay, we can't see grass. Mates, it's bad. No grass, and obviously, so with the donations we get from there, obviously trying to build up to a graphics card and obviously purchase that, so we can produce the most graphical videos that you can see on YouTube, with Paragon and some other gaming content here and there, because that's the funnest part about this. And obviously Discord and specific rewards will be in that Patreon section, which you can choose to gain different rewards, like be able to be invited to my Discord channel, see different builds on a daily basis or a monthly basis that I've created, and also little things here and there, like ask questions that will be answered in the next video. It's pretty sick in my opinion. Everything will be linked in the description below, so go check that out if you want to. So let's get back onto the main topic of this video, the #1 way to counter Morigesh. Pretty much there's multiple ways, so we're going to explain them all within this video. The best way of countering, in my opinion, is using aggressive junglers or aggressive heroes within Paragon, like Grux, Chimera, Crunch, and so on. They can pretty much close the gap towards her and obviously pull her in and CC chain her. Those are the goals that you want with the hero. Your hero does provide that. When you're versing Morigesh, majority of the time you'll end up winning the scenario. Because one of the games I had recently when I was playing Morigesh, I was having a difficult time in lane, and then out of nowhere my friendly jungler that was playing Grux just came and shredded the enemy Morigesh. Because right now, pretty much what's happening is everyone's playing Morigesh in the mid lane, so it was Morigesh versus Morigesh, but I was having a hard time. She had like a better early start than I did, and she did more damage somehow. So then, I was like in this bad scenario, and then obviously I needed help. Then my friendly Grux jungler came in and wrecked her. Honestly wrecked her, and gave me some assist, which helped me build up my score, my CP, my XP gain in lane, and then obviously I was able to carry that into the mid game and just dominate. So getting an early game jungler or early game heroes that can be really aggressive against Morigesh, in my opinion, the #1 way to counter a Morigesh player. Because usually what a Morigesh wants to do is have one strong early to mid game phase, because that's where they are most dominant in. If they're able to roam and get kills, they're going to be kind of annoying to verse in the late game. Even though in the late game they don't scale as much as other heroes, they're still bloody annoying. So if they're able to dominate the game in early mid game, usually their teammates are fed as well. If their Murdoch or their carry that is in the safe lane is fed as well because of Morigesh being so dominant in early to mid game, then their safe lane carry will be able to carry in the late game, and then it just obviously a pain in the ass to verse. So if you're able to slow Morigesh in any way possible in the early to mid game stages and make her less of a dominant force within those phase of the game, you will end up winning the game quite easily, because late game, if you have a late game team comp, you wreck her. Honestly, she's just gone, deleted. 4 hits and she's dead. And that moves on to the next thing. Anything that can instantly burst a Morigesh player. And I know people are going to say this is kind of a interesting matchup, because late game Countess is a godlike character to use. And I love picking Countess into Morigesh, because there's one interesting scenario. Obviously, in the early to mid game, she will dominate you, the Morigesh player. But if you just wait a bit and obviously have a friendly jungler to help you out, Countess can easily wreck her. And that's the best part about it, because of her feast, her E ability, and obviously being able to blink in and out, which means she'll be able to take less damage from the Morigesh player. And the Hive ability, she can also dodge that ability with blink, but the Mark ability is always going to hit. No matter what, that Mark lock-on ability that Morigesh has will always hit any player that is in that range, which is close to medium range, because she is a ranged caster and she loves that range that she has. If you're able to pretty much destroy her before she's able to land any abilities off, then that's a bonus, because she becomes completely irrelevant within any team fight from then on in that game. And now we move on to the next part. Morigesh did cop a nerf, which is pretty much all her abilities having high mana usage and some of them having less damage per second with the hive ability, and some of her other abilities having less damage overall. Okay, but she's still a pain. Another way to counter her is playing against her range. Her range is from close to medium range, but other heroes within this game can use the maximum range, like lt.belica, and lt.belica does have an interesting mechanic of draining mana from her opponents. So if a high mana usage hero that you're versing like Morigesh, you drain her mana when playing lt.belica, it's going to be helpful for that Morigesh player. And the added benefit of playing lt.belica is that she has crazy amounts of burst damage coming with her ultimate ability, which is Neural Disruptor. I'm guessing that's what it's called, I can't remember exactly, but that ability is able to pretty much one-shot enemies. Disgusting, mates, I know. So if you do this against a Morigesh player, which Morigesh doesn't have too much health naturally unless the enemy player is building health, you should be able to have an easy time in the early game, the mid game, and the late game stages when versing Morigesh when you're playing as lt.belica. Also, if you desire some cards that you can use against her, I suggest any type of CC, because obviously crowd control is very great against heroes like this. You pretty much slow them down or stun them in some type of way, and then you're able to destroy them with your team. That's the idea. But sadly, we don't have any cards that have hard forms of CC, which are stuns, knockups, and roots. We have soft forms of CC, which are pretty strong, like Shockwave and Ash of the Witch. Use those two cards in order to slow down that Morigesh player, so you and your team can chain the other types of CC within your kits, which I'm guessing is a pull in if you're playing Grux, some type of Sevarog Root, or even a stun with Deca Stasis Bomb. And then you're able to pretty much clean her up pretty quickly because she's not able to move at all. And if she was able to move at the start, she's pretty much really slow. So her team will pretty much leave her behind or force a fight to save her. And majority of the time, she'll end up dying instantly, then it's a 5v4, then you can just clean them up pretty quickly. So those are all my tips on how to counter, and the #1 way. Pretty much, it's a mix of both, to be honest, but hopefully this helps you counter any Morigesh play that you meet in the universe of Agora on the map of Monolith, so you're able to win that matchup quite easily, just by picking a hero and having a certain deck in the first 30 seconds of that game. And always try to make the best choices within that match in order to win it as quick as possible. That is the key with everything in Paragon. Use your cards wisely, use your moves wisely, and don't make the wrong choice, because if it's too risky and you lose, that's gonna sting like crazy, mates. As always, mates, I want to know your thoughts on this video. What do you think about it? Did you enjoy all the counter tips that we gave against Morigesh plays? Because I know Morigesh is annoying to verse, and hoping this helped you. If it did, tell me in the comment section down below. And if you got any other counters about Morigesh that I haven't spoken about in this video, leave them in the comment section down below, because we love to talk about anything and have a discussion down there, because it's always fun. I'm always there for like the first 2 hours of the video being up, and always talk to all the mates in the first 2 hours, because that's obviously the mates that are dedicated to being here first. So yes, I can't wait for those discussions. Leave your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show me support, smash that like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. It makes me want to see more Paragon gaming content in general on my channel. All you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And you can also turn notifications if you want to be one of the first mates on the channel by hitting the little bell button next to the subscribe button, so you can be here as quick as possible. And that is all for this video. Oh, time's go, but don't you worry. Be back very soon. Hey Jazz boys, because you ain't seen nothing yet. So mates, I'm guessing we're about to dig a grave for Morigesh. She's not going to survive from any of these counters. All those Morigesh mains, gone. Put them in the dirt.